everyone. I was requested to do a little video for makeup for beginners, like very basic. That is no problem. There's no need to be embarrassed about it because, you know, everyone has their own time where they're ready for it or they just need to learn. So this is probably going to be a long video because there's a lot of things to explain about makeup. So I'm going to start off with some brushes to explain like what types they are and what kinds you can get and how they work. So I usually keep mine in a little cup like this with marbles in it. And I don't have all the brushes yet, but these are most of the brushes that you do need. Now this is pretty obvious. This is called a blusher brush. And you might want to be very careful because the hairs, if the hairs fall out, that means you got to get a new one. This is just for applying blush, and it's really nice, and it's just for this big poof thing. Now this is also a blusher brush as well, if you want to apply it in a little smaller area. I would use this for it could be used for anything like bronzer or stuff like that. And then this can be used for smaller areas where you need a contour or something like that. And this is called a foundation brush. And it's very soft hairs actually. They're different types of hairs on the brushes, so don't use liquid stuff on these kind of brushes ever. Only these. It has to be specialized for foundation brushes, so make sure you get these kinds only. They usually have an unusual color like this, but it doesn't matter what color, it's just, that's how it is. And you can look at these, they usually have it on the packaging, or it says for example, I got this from e.l.f. It says foundation brush on it. Now you put liquid foundation and stuff like that, but we'll get to that later. Then there's the very basic eyeshadow brush. It's kind of squared off, sort of. And this is just to apply the normal, basic, very basic eyeshadow anywhere you like on your eyes. This is a lip brush, so you use it to apply lipstick and lip gloss. You don't always have to use it, but if you want to be more neat, more precise, then you can use it. Now this is also for eyeshadow, but this is a crease brush / blending brush, and you use it to blend or put it on your crease, which is right over here, and it's really helpful. There's all different types, and there's also, I don't have one with me right now, but there's something called a liquid eyeliner brush, and it's about this size, and it's squared off. So you use that for cream liner. Sorry, not liquid, but cream liner. And they're really great. And stippling brushes are also, they look like this, but they're a little bit more thinner, I would say. Probably less than half the size of this. So that's basically what the brushes are like. And now depending, you want to figure out, before you get any makeup, you want to figure out your colors depending on your skin tone. So you want to, if you, for example, have my kind of complexion, like your hair, it also depends on your hair color, your face. For me, I usually go for pinks, very subtle pinks, and things like that. Greens can also look like very subtle greens for this kind of complexion like mine. Let's see if you can see better with this. That kind of complexion. You can't really see in this light, but you know. And things like that, just very neutral colors on this. But I think that all colors can go on anyone, so I don't think there's really any rules to it. That's why I like makeup, because there's really no rules, and you can create it any way you like. For blonde hair, blue eyes, I'd recommend greens, blues, and pinks as well. For brown hair, greens as well. Greens look good on everyone, so I'll always mention greens. For red hair, greens, blues, anything that matches that kind of color. So that's how you should figure it out. And I think I mentioned in one of my Dear Emily videos about foundation. Now foundation is very nice. I love foundation. For me it's the key to blemishes, so aside from concealer, which I'll get to that right after. Now foundations can get very pricey, but I got this one at Target for $3 by e.l.f. They have the most affordable cosmetics. At the same time, this has a little tinted moisturizer to it, so It's really nice, and what it does is that it basically preps your skin, and for me this makes me look like a porcelain doll every time I put this on. It basically corrects your blemishes, and I only will recommend this only if you have acne like mine. Use it, but if you don't, it'll just ruin your skin. Just don't use it if it's not necessary. Now these are concealers. They come in different forms. They come in like, it looks like a lipstick, but it's still concealer, or you have like in the liquid kind of form. They come in all different things and stuff like that. It's very good, and this is also to correct your, redness, blemishes, stuff like that you don't want people to really see. I mean, I think it'll still be there, but it just kind of hides it a little bit, so that's all it really does, is concealer. And when you test out foundation, make sure not to test it on the, what was I gonna say, front, the back of your hand, sorry, because you see on your hand it's light, dark, so you see what I mean? So you want to do it on your face. You can always go to the department stores and ask someone, the professional makeup artist, what kind of color is good for your skin, and it's better than, figuring out yourself the hard way, so I would ask. Now moving on to, I put some notes here, so I'm gonna have to be reading, so you're gonna have to deal with that. Oh yes, one thing I want to tell you, do not ever share cosmetics with anybody, because it spreads bacteria and it's just icky. You don't want to do that. Now, as a beginner, I know you might want to sound all, I don't know, prepped up, shall we say, for those advanced makeups and stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't go with palettes like this, because you got to be a real pro, or else, you make yourself look like a panda. So you want to start out with very neutral colors first. Don't go all wild and crazy, and just don't do that. Just don't do those kind of things. And now, for eyeliner, your eyelids are one of the most sensitive parts of your body, of course. So you can, if I were you, just start off very easy. Don't go all crazy with makeup. Just practice. Don't get those expensive brands. Get it very cheap. I got this for $2 from Rimmel at CVS. Very cheap. So make sure to be very careful with application, and one tip, never use this on a moving car, because it'll just look terrible. You'll have raccoon eyes and panda eyes if you use a moving car. It'll just mess up everything. You'll be crazy. And make sure when you put on eyeliner, you put it, you want to make sure you put it, I'm not going to put some on right now, but you want to make sure when you apply it, you put your pinky on your cheek. For any kind of type of eyeliner, you always want to make sure you put your pinky on your cheek, and then line. Keep your hand away, and make it as thin or as thick as you want, but make sure to keep your hand away, because that will just mess everything up. So just basically go like this, and then start from the middle to the end, and then go in. It gets easier, trust me. Then, for eyeshadow, I would go for very light shades, very neutral shades, like this maybe, earth tony kind, pinkish, brown, very light, like white even white would work. For example, something like this. You have like white or ivory, or brown tans. Those work all the time. So you can start off with that, and then when you feel like you're really ready, you can go with those eye-popping colors. But now here's a tip. If you wear light color eyeshadow, it'll make your eyes look brighter and bigger. And if you wear darker shades, it somewhat makes your eyes look smaller. So that's why I did a look on how to make your eyes smaller, because it's obviously all dark colors. So when you put dark colors, it all makes your eyes look much smaller. So that's what I just wanted to tell you before you put on anything. And don't use purple eyeshadow ever because it looked like you just got into a boxing match. Don't ever do that. I would use purple, but very subtly. Like, I have these crazy purple colors. Use a very subtle color like this, maybe. Something like this. Probably like that, but not very, very loud. Just use it very, very subtly. Don't use it so much. I wouldn't use that as an everyday thing. Maybe for like special occasions. And for mascara, now this is Lancome, this is Blink, and this is MAC. But I wouldn't use these kind of brands because then it's just gonna be a waste. Just use like those basic drugstore products first. I wouldn't keep your mascara for more than 3 months because it just grows bacteria from the wand, from your eyelashes onto the wand, and then if you keep it for more than 3 months, it's a long thing. If you use it for more than 3 months, you take the tube out, right? And then, the wand, and then you put on your eyelashes, the bacteria goes onto your eyelashes again, and it's just disgusting. So just replace it for every 3 months, and yep. Now, if I were you, I'd use a water-based mascara because it's easier to remove. If you want a very subtle look, try waterproof because I don't really like waterproof because it doesn't show as much. So I don't really use waterproof. I just use those regular old mascaras that don't really have waterproof things in them. And for blush, which looks like this. It can have any color. Like for example, we have these. We have like browns, which is very neutral. It's great. You feel like you just came out of the beach. These browns here, or you can get those pinks. Pinks are the best, by the way. These are like rosy cheeks, and that's what it looks like. Now, if I were you, don't put, when you apply blush, I know how you always want to go across your nose, but you look like you got a sunburn. So don't do that. They come, by the way, blush can come in cream-based or powder-based, so I would use powder first to start off because cream can get kind of spread all over the place. You got to be really careful, but I would start off with powder to recommend, and go up and smile when you do the blush. Don't go across your nose at all. It looks like you make a sunburn, and you don't want to achieve that. So just go squeeze to get more contour. It's optional, but squeeze to get more contour, and then go up, and then just kind of sweep in a curly kind of motion like that. It's very simple. Now for lip liner, lip liner is not really, I'm not much of a fan of lip liner. What it's meant to do is, lip liner is meant to basically accentuate your lips to make it look more sharp, and you put that over lipstick. So that's what it's for, and it's also made to make your lips look much bigger. This one is by Estee Lauder, but don't get, like I said, expensive brands. Just get cheap, very cheap things. If I'd start off with Nutricolors, not like strong reds, just start off with like something like this. It's like a tanny / pinkish color. It's really nice. Now, lip gloss and lipsticks. Now, they all come, like I said, everything in makeup comes different shades. Like you got like a corally kind of color, you got a brownish bronzy color, you got a like a reddish / gold bronze color, you got a red, pink, coralish lip, you have pink, they have green, blue, clear, everything. It comes in every color, you name it. And some of them are not even noticeable at all. Sometimes they're just tinted, and they're just makes your lips look more wetter, and it looks really nice on everybody, I promise. And it also makes it look more fuller. So that's the same thing for highlighter, something like this. This is also highlighter, and what it looks like is this. It comes in cream or powder, but I like cream better. So that's what it looks like, and it's really nice because you can put on the bridge of your nose to brighten your complexion. It's really, really nice, and makes your face look more shiny. That's what I would recommend, but don't go all crazy yet. Just go very neutral and easy. And don't choose, before you get started, don't ever choose these bright colors. Choose very subtle colors like, I got tons of lipsticks here. Like, for example, this kind of color. Not, let's see if I can do this. About that kind of color, you know, pinks, very subtle pinks. You could even go for, let's see, is this neutral? Yeah, this is perfect color, but don't go for those crazy colors yet until you feel like you're ready. And now I want to recommend something. I never mentioned this to you guys. Petroleum jelly. Make sure you get petroleum jelly. You don't have to, but I like it. If you're like on the go and you don't have time to put on lip gloss or lipstick, just put some petroleum jelly. It looks exactly like lip gloss, and it's really cheap. Petroleum jelly is really cheap. Now, for nail polish, ooh, got a tag off there. Before painting your nails, I would so recommend to trim your nails first. So, I'll show you from there. To trim your nails and then paint. When you paint your nails, go in a kind of like an up motion, like so from up like that with the brush, gently. Make sure you have like all the things to go with there. And then make sure you put on a nail base coat, which is, yeah, this looks like this. It's clear, it won't show anything. It's just a little coat to make it last. And then when you're done, put on a little, I think this is it. It's cuticle oil, basically. It's kind of make your nails look more shiny. That's what it's really for. And oh yes, one more thing, finished powder. This is very nice. It's when you basically want to finish your makeup, you put powder on your face, and it's what it looks like. It's kind of pink, like earth tone colors to it. And that is basically it. Yep. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you really want that neutral look, get clear mascara. Doesn't have any color. Just make your lashes look longer. And so I hope that helps on what you guys were asking for. I really wish you guys good luck on your first try with makeup, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.